Hey guys, this is Connie from Connie Love and Tarot. Welcome to my YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed, please. I appreciate. Like the video. I'm going to be doing a read on the energy of Chris Breezy. Chris Breezy. If you don't know about him, he is a very talented singer, actor, dancer. He's a triple threat. In a lot of ways, back in the day, he kind of like reminded me of Michael Jackson. That was like one of his idols. And he's very talented, very talented. So we're gonna channel him, his energy. Chris Brown. What is the message? Chris Brown. Chris Brown can be very playful, it looks like at times. He needs to kind of like, he's spiritual. Chris Brown is very spiritual. He needs to like cleanse and detoxify. He needs to start eating better. He really needs to start focusing in a Zen-like life. He needs to kind of like meditate. It will help a lot of his worries and issues. He needs to release and surrender a lot of old pain. Also, he may be speaking to somebody new in his life, a new love interest I see. Also, he worries at times. Spirit is saying, don't worry, Chris. And he needs to let the past go. He holds on to a lot of the past. Okay? Let's keep getting into Chris Brown. Chris Brown. Look at him. He needs to manifest more. He needs to have more positive thoughts. He worries a lot. He allows a lot of negativity to seep into his mind, and that might cause blockages in his life. Chris Brown. He's very creative. He uses a lot of his expression through music, through artwork. He needs to continue to do that. Spirit is saying that's when he's his happiest self, his highest vibrational self, Chris Brown. And he needs to be a little more motivated. So Chris, be more motivated, okay? Pray for guidance. You're very talented. And just start seeing more of your gift. And this Spirit is also saying like he has a higher calling. He needs to take a class. He's very spiritual. He's very spiritual. I feel that. He's very spiritual. He's very spiritual. Let's see. Let me ask a question. How is his music career as a whole? Chris Brown. How's his music career as a whole? Chris Brown's music career as a whole. He's very committed. Sometimes he can kind of like jump too fast about certain things when it comes to his music career. But this is his passion. Music is what he loves. Sometimes he doubts himself, surprisingly, about things. His thoughts. Going back to his thoughts, he has to work better on positive thoughts. And sometimes he just he just doesn't hold back when he's passionate about it. He doesn't hold back. He's very prideful though. He does not like to ask for help or say that he's struggling. He has a hard time doing that, and he's having trouble sleeping at night. I see. Clarify the Nine of Swords. Why? Why is he having trouble sleeping? Something about a relationship where boundaries, establishing more boundaries in his relationship. He's kind of coming off sometimes in his relationship as kind of like too possessive. And he's very spiritual. He needs to really open that floodgate. Let's saying, you know, the Ace of Wands comes up. It's, you know, spirituality, you know, magic. He's into this woman. I see. He's into a woman. He spends a lot of money. But then he also spends a lot of money on this woman. But at the same time, I see he kind of like is sitting thinking like, what's my next move in life? Sometimes I feel like he's bored. He goes back and forth on a lot of different things. He feels like he has to compete against a lot of different stuff. A lot of people come at him with a lot of bullshit, he feels like. Chris Breezy. His mom is like his safe haven. His mom is like his best friend. She is very supportive and very protective. She also kind of like watches the money, I see. She kind of like makes sure he's not being jugged or taken advantage. She's very, very supportive and loves him. Chris Brown's mom. She loves him. She will fight. Yep, he has the ability to make a lot of things happen. He's a very highly magical being. He's a very spiritual, highly magical being. He can make a lot of things happen for himself. Very talented. But there's addiction. There's toxic things sometimes in his life that don't serve him. The devil card came up. He has to let those things go. But I just feel a deep compassion of just coming over me when it comes to him. And he just constantly just like, you know, I can't win for losing. Sometimes I just feel him saying, I can see him sitting down like on a chair or something, like with his head down. It's kind of making me sad. He goes back and forth, you know, people come to him for a lot, and he goes back and forth, and it's draining. Sometimes he's emotionally drained. I feel it. But he's never going to stop making money. Money's always going to come. He's a businessman at the end of the day, and a talented artist. Money's going to always come. He carries a lot of old baggage from the past. He's trying to let it go, but I feel with the Karrueche thing, I mean, not to just hit on this, you know, but I feel like he's not going to rest or be settled until he makes that wrong right. Of course, I feel like he will always love Karrueche. I feel that. I see that. She holds a special place. He knows that he truly hurt her, and he's truly sorry. And he feels like there's nothing he can do to get through to her, but he's just unsettled in his life. He's unsettled until he makes that wrong right. I think he really wants to give her like a thorough apology. But she's kind of like not having it. But I just feel the pain in his heart behind it. He jumps to conclusions a lot. He's not perfect. Chris Brown is not perfect, but he's a sweetheart. He needs to cut off something or someone in his life that doesn't serve him a purpose, though. He's got some demons, you know what I'm saying, in his closet that he's trying to battle off too, I feel. He's a very giving person, though. I love his spirit. Love his spirit. He's a giving person. Chris Brown is a giving person. He's a nice guy. But he's stubborn as hell. You ain't gonna run his life. You're not gonna run Chris. He's stubborn as hell, Chris. I know. You stubborn, man. You stubborn. But he loves hard. Like, he wears his heart on his sleeve a lot. And his emotions, like, he can be emotional at times. I know he's a guy, but he gets emotional at times. He daydreams a lot too, Chris. Chris Brown is a daydreamer. That comes with the spiritual. And his emotions, when it comes to love, opportunity, career, his emotions are just all over the place. He's going to have to rebuild. He's going to get into some situations with people. It ain't going to look good, but let's see. What is the outcome of the Tower for Chris Brown? He gonna bounce back on his feet. He gonna go back to the music. He always takes his pain and what he goes through to the music. He's a hell of an artist. You cannot take that from Chris. You can say whatever you want to say about Chris Brown, but he's a hell of an artist. And his strength is in reverse. He got to gain his strength up. Let's go deeper into Chris Brown. Chris Brown, the artist, the singer, the actor. Come through with some more messages. I feel deeper and connected to Chris. Like, I don't know. He's a good dude. He's not perfect, but I like his personality and his energy. He's hopeful. He's surrounded by an angel too. An angel is protecting him. Prosperity. He's such a helper, and he's a giver, and he'll gain more blessings, abundance. This is upside down, but I'm gonna change his fate. He's moving in a positive direction. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna manifest that for him. You can say what you want, but I like his energy. Sometimes he feels emotional withdrawal. Chris Brown. He will be successful. He will continue victory and success. New beginnings are happening in his life. Chris Brown. He's trying to figure out his destiny, his life purpose. His solar plexus chakra has a blockage. He needs to meditate. Like I said, he's very spiritual. He's more spiritual than I knew. And I feel like he often thinks about Karrueche a lot. It says memories of love. Like I said, I feel like he's not settled yet until he makes that wrong right. It's not that he, is up on her. I know he's acknowledged that she's moved on. But I think that holds a place in his heart because he knows that she really loved him and he did her wrong. And that eats away because I feel like he's empathic. He can feel people's energy. I feel like he's empathic. He's a firm person. He's a firm foundation. Yeah, see, he has too many blockages. He needs to meditate, and because of his spirituality, he has to change some things around. He has to meditate. Really got to meditate. And he's in a new love, but it's just not. It will never be like that love. He's trying to seek more wisdom spiritually, I see, though. Very spiritual. See? Spiritual strength. He's trying to seek more wisdom spiritually. He suffers in silence a lot, and that's that empath. He suffers in silence a lot. That's the empath. Chris Brown. He's shining brightly. He's trying to reach a better level in life. He's aware of some things that he knows he needs to change, and he's working at that. He's beginning a new cycle in his life. He is spreading more love. Like I said, he's spiritual. He feels things. He's spreading more love in his life, though. He's a very, very gentle being, Chris Brown. He's so sweet. He just has to take his time. Chris, don't jump into it, babe. Don't jump too fast. Joy and delight. I see a child. Like maybe a child coming. Yeah, I think maybe he's going to have a baby or something. See a child. And miracles. Miracles and wonders will emerge in his life. He will always prevail. He will always prevail. smooth sailing. I think things getting better for him. I see him maturing. I see him making more music. I see him happy. But at the same time, I see him still sad about past situations. And he's very spiritual. He's trying to work on himself spiritually. He's stubborn at times. He's not perfect. He wears his heart on his sleeve at times. But he's a good-hearted person. He loves his mom. His mom is like safe haven in a lot of ways for him. And he's empathic. I feel it. He's very empathic. He's all around a good person. He knows that, you know, the media looks at him in a certain demeanor, and sometimes it affects him. Sometimes he doesn't care, but sometimes he can be very hard on himself. And people just need to learn to be a little more kind. I mean, nobody's perfect. You know, you living your life through the limelight. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy. And I can only imagine. Let people live. He's always being scrutinized. That bothers him. Like, sometimes some of the stuff that people say, it's just, you know, I just don't understand. You know, let people live. Let people make mistakes sometimes. You know, nobody's perfect. Who are we to judge? And sometimes he feels a lot like he's just the black sheep in the industry. He feels he's judged a lot. Yeah, he does things. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't do things, because he does do things sometimes to cause chaos, but he's a human being. So this was my reading on Chris Brown. I hope you guys like it. Subscribe. Connie Loving Tarot. And see you next time.